And we have Danilo here, who posted earlier this week on Facebook that it's Dekmantel on Sunday, the big one. I have no idea what you mean with the big one.
Well, I have to be very grateful for Dekmantel because it's the big one, because I grew up with these boys. Basically, they were the first ones to ever book me as a DJ in Holland back in 2009, something like that. And we've been both growing, but it's a mutual kind of thing, like every year they got bigger, I got a bit bigger, and it's kind of fascinating how each year we kind of try to out-profile each other a little bit. So, I mean, look at this is insane where we are right now, and it's the same for me. Like, I never expected to be at this position. We grew up playing in basements, playing records, being like, nobody cares, and now it's this. It's 7 years later. It's bizarre, but it's beautiful. So that's why it's the big one, because it's the family, it's the heart, and there's so many people here that have come for years in sequence, and better don't fuck up this one.
Great to hear. And last year you were closing the main stage.
Yeah.
And this year you were starting the selectors stage.
Yeah.
How was the experience for you? I mean, I can imagine for the audience it's completely different experience, but for you?
Well, the thing is, when I did the main stage, I was really kind of scared. I was coming there. I played the night before, I think, in Sweden, a festival, and I came there and I was like, okay, whatever. It's just another gig, but it wasn't, of course. So, I came on stage. The first 30 minutes, I was warming up, but once I got into the groove and I realized, it doesn't matter if it's 700 or 7,000 people, because it's Dekmantel, and they all still share the spirit. No matter if it's the selectors or the main stage, because they're all educated, they want to party, but it's not some kind of random music, but actual good music. Once I realized I can have a carte blanche and just do what I want and people will still like, I was like, okay, let's go for it. And I need to have this kind of feedback from the crowd as well. For me, if there's no reaction, I'm like, ooh, something's wrong.
Today you had an amazing reaction with people holding their shoe.
Yeah, what is this about?
You have no idea.
Well, I saw it before in Bristol or Brighton or something, but it's only the second time. Guys, it kind of smells bad. Just leave it,
I can make a guess.
Yeah.
I think it's a little gimmick that maybe started yesterday at Boiler Room.
Yeah.
We had Peggy Goo playing there.
Yeah.
And a guy just dropped in front of the camera or somewhere around and took his shoe off, and we're saying Peggy shoe, Peggy shoe.
I've seen. Nah, it's cool. That's a good twist.
Right.
But I've seen it before. It's a UK thing. I've had it in a gig in Bristol maybe 5 months ago.
Okay.
Maybe it's coming out of something like that, but who knows? I mean, these Brits, they are weird. I love them, but they're weird. So it's the shoe thing, and I'm like, oh my God, it's always reserved for special kind of moments. I don't remember what I played, but I was like, it's the shoe time again, but it's cute, but I'm like, why?
We had a chicken nugget thing yesterday with the Brits. We were walking on the festival with our camera, and then a group of Brits stopped us and said, we smuggle a chicken nugget here at the festival, and they were over the moon about it.
Yeah.
Shoes, chicken nuggets. And
there was also a guy with a Burger King crown who wanted to crown me, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna be the fucking king of Burger King, please. I mean, it's cute and I respect it and everything, but please, Burger King, you can't be serious, So, I don't know. Maybe it's a culture thing, I don't know, but
people just have fun.
People just have fun at the end of the day.
You just came back from a tour in North America.
Yeah.
Did you bring some souvenir?
Well, I brought 240 pounds of records, a lot of which I played today, and I brought a belly, that's growing. What else?
I saw a picture you posted on Facebook from a huge record store. You did some serious digging.
It's the biggest warehouse in the world. It's Craig Moorer from Records by Mail. It's in Portland, and it's 3.5 million records in that place. It's ridiculous. And we spent 2 days there hunting for treasures, and it was definitely worthwhile.
We had Tony Allen on Friday here playing together with Jeff Mills,
okay, cool.
right? And we also had a little chat and spoke about playing drums and 909 and fusing all the genres together. And I saw that you actually had Tony Allen also on your radio show.
Yeah. Tony is living in Paris. It's actually quite funny. The office where I sometimes have lunch, it's very good friends of mine, and Tony shares an office with another guy there doing Comet Records. So Tony's actually just around sometimes, and it's so bizarre because it's this like 78-year-old dude being there, having a whiskey, smoking a cigarette, and he's like, "What's up, dude?" All right, okay. So that's what I want to be when I grow older, you know. So yeah, a lot of these people ended up in Paris because I think Paris has been throughout the 20th century a bit of a safe haven for black people, especially from America, but also Africa, to not be racially disregarded, you know, like to come there, and if you can actually make it through culture or your job or anything, you could have respect, you know, and it's a lot of culture. That's one of the reasons I love this place.
Do you actually play drums? Because you have quite an instrumental background.
I started playing drums when I was 6, and the story goes, I sold my drum kit to buy studio monitors, you know, like professional studio speakers, when I was 16. And my parents, they were like, no, if you want to have this, you need to sell something. So I sold my drum kit, and yeah, I have one now again, but of course I lost quite a bit over the years. But I can still do a funky drummer, or I don't know, play some James Brown.
We are happy that you come here and play some funky records for us.
Thank you. Every year it's a pleasure. So hope to see you next year again, and yeah.